Hey, it's skull practice time, students. And so we're going to talk about some of these parts here and try to give the names for them. So anyway, first of all, what is this one? See where we're at? What bone is that? Oh, that would be the frontal bone. Y'all get that? Okay, let's go down. What bone do we have right here? That would be the nasal bone. What bone do we have right over here on the edge? That would be the lacrimal bone. What bone do we have right here? That would be the zygomatic bone. And then we have a bone down inside here. Comes up there like that. That would be the sphenoid bone. And then we have another bone, which is part of the perpendicular plate right here, coming up and down, and that would be the ethmoid bone. So let's go on. What bone is this? That would be the maxilla. And what about down here? This bone along here. That would be the mandible. Let's continue on. What bone do I have right here? That would be the temporal bone. How about here? You see where we're at? It would be the parietal bone. And then, of course, down here, way down low, that bone down there, the reddish one, that would be the occipital bone. What suture would that be right there? That would be the lambdoid suture. What suture do we have here? That would be the sagittal suture. How about the suture right up here? That would be the coronal suture. And then, of course, let's take a look over here on the side. We got another one. What suture is this? That would be the squamous suture. Okie dokie. What is this little bump in the back of the head? It's a really bump. That would be the external occipital protuberance. And then there's a line that comes from it across. It's kind of hard to see. That would be the superior nuchal line. And then, of course, there's a small line that continues on down from the protuberance. You got to find the protuberance and you go down. It's a little line. That would be the external occipital crest. Let's keep going along here. Let's see what else we can find here. Alright, let's look inside. What the heck? Let's get this one done. Alright, so what is that right there? What bone is this? Oh, that would be the ethmoid bone. And what bone is this? That would be the sphenoid bone. What part of the sphenoid bone would this be? This would be the lesser wing. And down below, what's the other one called? Well, that would be the greater wing. And how about over here? This thing right here that sticks up like that. That thing. Trick question. That's the greater wing of the sphenoid also, from the other side. Excellent. What is this structure right in here? It makes a little pit. That would be the sella turcica. Now let's look at these holes. Oh my gosh, your favorite part. I know how much you love these holes. And these, of course, these holes are not the most beautiful holes, but I'm so sorry. First of all, I always like to start with the middle one. Which one is that? That's foramen spinosum. Ovale, excuse me. Foramen ovale. What is that one? That would be foramen spinosum. And what about up there? That little hole? That would be foramen rotundum. How about over here? That would be foramen lacerum. Okay, and so let's go on. We've got a couple more holes here. What about that hole? Get a good angle on this thing so you can see it. We got a nice little hole. Still a hole right there. This is the interior auditory meatus, internal opening. Internal acoustic meatus, also called. Okay, and then we have another little hole right down here. That would be the jugular foramen. And this one, that would be foramen magnum. See that? Foramen magnum. Excellent. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh my goodness. What would that be? That would be the mandibular condyle. And what would this be? This little spot right here. Mandibular notch. And then over here, that would be the coronoid process. And what is this called? That's called the ramus of the mandible. And then we have this part here. You can see where it makes a little rounded area, kind of bends like that. It's called the mandibular angle. And then after this, that's the body of the mandible. And what is that hole called? See that one right there? That's the mental foramen. Very good. Let me see if there's anybody else in here I want to hear. And that hole right there, that's the external acoustic meatus. Okay. And then, of course, we got the lovely little, see that? What? Let me see if I can get this thing right. Hang on just a moment here. Let me get the angle right on this. Okay, I think we're done. All right, I'll think of some more stuff to test you over in a little bit, but I think we're good for now. Okay.